If you are looking for a minimalistic chat application which you could use locally and expose it on a public link, then maybe have a look at this MinimalChat application. This application claims to be working with both API based models and local models, but I have found it to not to be working with the local models because it mentions LM Studio, and I have tried it out. It doesn't work with LM Studio. Quite clunky in that sense, but if you use it with the API based models like OpenAI, Anthropic, Claude, and that sort of thing, works quite good. It also supports fully voiced conversational interactions. It has a minimal lightweight interface, plus you can even switch the models mid conversation, which is a good feature in my opinion. You can even swipe the gestures for quick settings, and it also supports markdown. And you can also have basic DALI 3 integration, but not that much. So all in all, if you're looking for a lightweight one without many features, not lot of bells and whistles, then maybe give it a go. One thing is that it supports progressive web application support and web GPU, but again, quite clunky to configure. So in my opinion, if you're looking for an alternate and lightweight alternate for API based models with OpenAI and also Anthropic, then this is a good choice. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense at all. Anyway, so let's install it locally and see how you can install it, and then we will play around with it. Before I do that, let me give a huge shout out to our good friends at Massed Compute who are supporting and sponsoring the VM which I'm going to use for this video, plus a GPU which I will be using for this video, that is NVIDIA RTX A6000, quite performant. So huge shout out to them. This is my Ubuntu 22.04 which I will be using, and let me show you my GPU card. Let's clear the screen. Also make sure that you have Node installed and npm installed. If you don't know how to install it, all you need to do is to do this sudo apt install npm and node.js, and that is going to install it locally. Let's clear the screen. And let's git clone the repo of this project, which is minimal-chat.git, and that should be done fairly quickly. That is done. Let's cd to that, and let's clear the screen. Now we have cloned the repo. Now it's time to install it. Installation on the surface is quite simple, and you might get few of the warnings, so you can ignore it. Simply run npm install, and it is going to install 200 plus packages locally with some of the warnings. So let's wait for it to finish. It will take too long. And that is done. As I said, there are few warnings which you can ignore. And then let's do npm run build. So again, some of the errors and warnings, and they always appear in Windows here, which is not a good look on the project. So they should really work on them, and they are mainly about the images and stuff. Anyway, so let's wait for it to finish. And they are rendering the chunks. Build is almost there and installs a lot of things, so you have to be a bit patient here. It takes around 2 to 3 minutes to get finished, and everything got installed. Now in order to run the application, just run npm run preview, and it is going to start it on your local system with some very ugly looking errors, so really let down on the project. And it all's about some unsupported image format and stuff. Anyway, so you see it is running on port 4173 on our local host. Let me load it in my local host, and I am just going to take you to my browser. This is a browser running on localhost. Let's do HTTP, and then what was the name of it? Localhost and port 4173. So it has opened it, and you see I already have selected this custom API point. It gave me the error, and I'll quickly show you. So this is my LM Studio, by the way, running, and the server is there. So even if I start it like this is my LM Studio running with the model. And if I go back to this tool and then click on settings on the top left, select this, and no matter how much I change it, like V1 models doesn't work at all. Anyway, so in order to use GPT models, so just click on GPT models here, if and then select the model, and here you need to put your OpenAI API key. For that, you would need to go to platform.openai.com, and that's a paid option. So you would need to grab the API key from there. Similarly, you can grab it for GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4 O, or if you want, you can go with the Anthropic's model, Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku, and they are even more expensive than OpenAI's model. So let me select GPT 3.5. Let me put my key here, and then I will exit. So I have pasted my key here. Hopefully it will accept it. And now let's go back to the chat. And let me say hello here. And you say it says error generating conversation. I have no idea why. Let's click here. I'll just say regenerate. Again error. Maybe I'll copy my API key. I have repasted my OpenAI's API key. Let's try again. Hello there. This time it is working. Okay. So second times is always a charm. Let's try to talk with it. Let's say you can ask it anything, whatever you like. What is happiness? It says this. Now I'll just click here. I'll just go with GPT-4, maybe Omni. Let's see, because I haven't set the key. Let's see if it accepts the key, because it should be the same key. I said hello. Okay, it says hello again. Who are you? So yeah, so you don't have to put the key again and again for all the GPT-4 models. And this is a good thing that within the same conversation, you can switch between the models. This is one thing I really like about it. And if in this Firefox, I have the Firefox browser, in the browser, if you're running the web GPU, you can simply go by clicking on the model and then go to local browser model if you're running it. Another thing which I like is that it always tells you that how many tokens have you used, because this is an API based, so you get charged per token, so you can always tell how many tokens have you used and all that sort of stuff. So there are a few good things, definitely. And another thing is that it says something about stored file. So this is what RAG is. You can upload your own file and chat with it, which I really like. So if I click here on upload file, let me select any file here, and I have just selected this text file just as an test here, and then you can say that, okay, talk to my file. Let's see if it can or not. Okay, so, and you can also upload something here, upload file to add content. I'm just going to add something here. Maybe I'll just go with one of my PDF files. So this is a PDF file, and it just contains my personal information. So I'm asking it who is Fahad Mirza. There you go. So it has produced the information from my own file. That is good. So you can do the RAG with it. So pretty good tool, as I mentioned earlier, if you're doing API based stuff, especially the context switching within your chat conversation. It would be really good to integrate it with LM Studio, which it doesn't work, as I already have showed you. So that's it, guys. Let me know, what do you think about it? If you think that, I'm being too hard on it and this MinimalChat API based is enough. If not, if I'm missing something, let me know. Happy to rectify it. But if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.